Welcome into NFL Daily, powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. So glad to have you with us. Coming up on today's show, we will get you up to speed on the latest NFL headlines after this NFL Sunday and look ahead to Monday Night Football tonight. We'll get to all that more in just 1 second. Before we do, today's show is presented by BetUS, the exclusive sportsbook partner of Chat Sports. And if you use the promo code NFL Daily at checkout at chatsports.com/bet, you get a 125% deposit bonus. Put $100 down, you get $125 to spend for free. And you can bet on tonight's game between the Bears and the Patriots. The Patriots, heavy favorites tonight, 9.5. Now look, I get it, the Bears aren't that good of a football team. 9.5 seems a bit much. I like the Bears to cover tonight. What say you, though? Let me know your predictions. Are you going with the Bears or are you going with the Patriots? What is your bet going to be? Sound off in the comments section. Who do you got tonight? Bears or Patriots? Type B for the Bears, type P for the Patriots. Let's go to Denver. And the Broncos have been just an absolute mess this season. And now they're looking for some help in their running back room as they have added running back Marlon Mack to their active roster from the San Francisco practice squad. Remember, Marlon Mack wasn't too long ago was a big impact player for the Indianapolis Colts and kind of got pushed aside when he had that injury and when Jonathan Taylor really just took off. And that running back room for Denver has had a lot of issues. Javonte Williams is out for the year with a torn ACL. Melvin Gordon and Nathaniel Hackett really just haven't been on the same page. And then Mike Boone suffered an ankle injury versus the Jets and left the stadium in a walking boot yesterday. So now they turn to Marlon Mack. And look, I mean, you look at this Denver Broncos team, and there's so many problems. And this running back room certainly is one of the bigger issues with this team. I know we've spent a lot of time talking about Russell Wilson and how much he struggled, and a lot of reason to talk about that, obviously. But this running back room, I mean, they just can't simply catch a break right now. And so I don't know what Marlon Mack necessarily has left at this point in time. Remember, he was kind of tossed around a couple different practice squads this season. Began with the Houston Texans, went to San Francisco, and neither one of them found reason to promote them to their 53-man. But now Denver's desperate enough, they go with Marlon Mack. We'll see exactly what that means. I don't know if he has anything left, but I guess we'll find out because desperate times call for desperate measures with this Denver Broncos team right now. So with that, the Broncos, I mean, it has been so bad for this team. And there's a lot of people to blame, starting with Nathaniel Hackett, obviously Russell Wilson, the way that he struggled. This, to me, I think has been the biggest disappointment of any team in the NFL this year, by far. What this team has done, it's been pathetic from Denver, I mean, to put it mildly. What say you? Be honest with me. Denver is the biggest disappointment in the NFL. That is what we believe here at NFL Daily. If you agree with that statement, type T for true. If you disagree, if you think there's been another team that's been a bigger disappointment, type F for false. Let me know in the comment section. You might get an ad break. If so, take advantage of it. Type T for true, type F for false, and let me know. Let's talk about the New York Jets now. And Breece Hall suffered an injury yesterday, a possible ACL tear in the win against the Denver Broncos. And Breece Hall has been awesome this year. One of the best running backs in the NFL, not just for a rookie, but one of the best running backs overall. I was high on Breece Hall coming out of Iowa State, and we've seen that Iowa State has been kind of a running back factory as of late with David Montgomery and now Breece Hall coming into the fold. And Breece Hall was a big catalyst in the Jets' success as they've had this turnaround season of sorts this year under second-year head coach Robert Saleh. And Breece Hall has been a really good compliment, whether it's been Joe Flacco or Zach Wilson, whoever at the quarterback spot. They've been able to rely on Breece Hall, and he's done a great job. And this is a good rookie running back class. I mean, Kenneth Walker III has been excellent in Seattle, and Breece Hall has been awesome as well. And according to ESPN.com, that fear is that he tore the ACL, which would obviously end his season. And the numbers for the last couple of weeks from Breece Hall, from weeks 4 to 6, he carried the ball 55 times for 279 yards. And he also had a yards per catch rate of 5.07. So he was effective not only as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Had 3 touchdowns in that stretch. In Week 5, he added 2 receptions for 100 yards receiving. So Breece Hall, a true dual threat. Not only do you potentially lose him in the running game, but you also lose him in the receiving game as well. Now the Jets will call upon Michael Carter and Ty Johnson to get increased playing time in the absence of Hall, if that is an ACL tear, which is what the Jets are expecting at this point. So unfortunate news for Breece Hall with the year that he was having, and for the Jets, for that matter, with the season they have had as a whole. So with that, are the Jets a legit playoff threat? Now we've seen how well they've played so far to start this year. But you lose maybe your best player on this entire team in Breece Hall at this point. What about the Jets going forward? Buy or sell? You tell me in the comments section. Buy or sell the Jets as a legit playoff threat. If you're going to buy the Jets, type B for buy. If you're going to sell the Jets, type S for sell. Let me know. B for buy, S for sell. We are covering the NFL each and every day here on Chat Sports NFL Daily with the latest news, rumors, analysis all year long. We also do our Red Zone show on Sundays. We have live shows during the week. It's all in one place as we cover the National Football League like no one else does here on NFL Daily by Chat Sports. Subscribe now, youtube.com/@ChatSports to become a real one and never miss a moment of the latest happenings around the National Football League here on NFL Daily. And one more note before we go today. Jameis Winston could possibly return this week. That's according to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, that the New Orleans Saints quarterback could return with the Saints taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, last Sunday we heard that Andy Dalton could remain the Saints starting quarterback regardless of Jameis Winston's injury status. Since then, however, the Saints have dropped 2 straight, and Dalton has not played well in either of those games. So we'll see. If Jameis is healthy and does practice this week, will he get the start or not? I don't know at this point. And I got to tell you, if it were up to me, but I don't get paid to make those decisions. If it were up to me, I would say there's a reason why Jameis was your guy to begin with. That you gave him the money, that you went through off-season workouts, that you knew Jameis was your QB1. What you've went through with him, if he is fully healthy, if he is all there, I would personally go with Jameis Winston. But that's not my call. That's up to the Saints to figure out for Dennis Allen and company. Andy Dalton, I think it's just fine as a backup, but I would not depend on Andy Dalton to be my starting quarterback for the long term. I think that he needs to be that second option behind Jameis Winston, but we'll see what the Saints ultimately decide to do this week taking on that Las Vegas Raiders team. What if you were Dennis Allen and the New Orleans Saints? What would you do in this situation? Would you go with Andy Dalton, or would you go with Jameis Winston if you had the choice? Let us know in the comments section. If you're going with Andy Dalton, type AD. If you're going with Jameis Winston, type JW. What say you? Pick a quarterback. Who should start if all things are equal? If Jameis Winston is completely healthy, who should be the guy for the New Orleans Saints? Let us know in the comments section below. As always, you can follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and everything in between at Tyler Jones Live, talking about the NFL all the time on those social media platforms. And I will see you next time right here on NFL Daily. Thanks for joining us.